What's up, people? You're now watching Alicia showing you how to scrub in and open up your back table. Well, technically the back table is already open, so I'm going to show you how to scrub in and how to begin setting up your back table. Notice I start by drying my fingertips, my fingers, then proceeding to my forearm and those 2 inches above my elbow. Making sure to dab and use the appropriate areas of the drying item. Next, I grab my glove using that corner, fan it out in front of me, and slide my arms in, making sure to not put my hands into that impervious area, the white area. I keep my fingertips behind the white area. I'll have to make another video showing you how to put your gloves on, but you see me pulling through there, and then I get my top gloves and slide my hands into those. Next, I'm approaching my circulator to have her spin me, and in time, securing my gown, and now I'm getting ready to start. So I always start by putting the drape on my Mayo stand, getting that all ready to go, because that gives me more sterile real estate immediately. I personally use 2 towels on mine, and then nowadays I'm also adding an IO-band on top, but all of this is a personal preference. You'll see different Mayo stand draping techniques in your career. Left side. So I'll still probably be on this side because I want to go there. Is that cool with you? Okay. So just in case you missed it, that was me just confirming with my circulator the laterality of the procedure. That way I can prepare my back table in the way that's appropriate for the side of the patient that I'll be working from. I try to set my table up so that I only need to touch an item the least amount of times as possible. So I try to build my table based on the spacing. That's why I started with my drapes and my gowns, put them to the side, and then I reached into my basin pack, got the contents of that, which are the smaller pitcher basin, the bowl basin, the medicine cups, the septo and the kidney basin, the red sharps box, the Raytex sponges, and now I just continue to dissect that middle portion, took out the towels, and now getting the trash bag put on. So the next items was that the suction tube and the Bovie. And there's method to my madness. Personally, I like to put all of the items that I'm going to pass off into my big basin. You can't see it right now, but it's the one in the ring stand. I like to put all of the things to pass off, like the Bovie, the suction, a bipolar, a harmonic, whatever, a camera, whatever supplies I have, depending on the procedure. Now this bag that I'm pulling from comes in the big basin as well. It has your light handles, and so after I got the light handles into the basin, I put the drape on top, and you see me immediately put the towels on top, and then immediately put the 3/4 sheet on top. And I do that because when we're draping the patient, we're gonna use what? The 3/4 sheet, then we're gonna use the towels, then we're gonna use the top drape. So you have to assemble it in the backwards order. Next, I'm going through the rest of the items in that small bag, which include like hypos, paper safety pins, your markers, your labelers, label stickers, steri strips. Some places you'll have a Fred in there. Different things come inside. Put those in their appropriate place. Throw away some trash, and I'm gonna go get my instruments. But now you see me doing my counts. I'm doing my initial counts. This case did not require an instrument count, just a soft count. So you saw me a few moments ago counting everything in order. Laparotomy sponges first, and then the Ratex, sutures, blades, hypos, bovie tips, etc., etc., etc. Okay, and once I confirmed what the circulator put on the board, because it is also my responsibility to ensure that the count is correct, I proceed with opening up my instrument pan. So that was me and the circulator both identifying the medication, the strength, and the expiration date. That way I could label it appropriately. And I put my label on the container first, and then I present my container to the circulator to give me the medication. And as you can see there, I put the medication inside of a syringe. This is more of an advanced technique, but I put it in the syringe. It was only 10 milliliters that was distributed onto the field. Next, you see me labeling my containers for my fluids that I will have up, which are sterile water and sterile saline. Setting out some containers for specimen. This was a breast case where we were doing a partial mastectomy. Some people call it seed localization, but it's when we're removing the seed, the radioactive seed that was put into the breast tissue. Alright, so I've made my roll, and here I'm putting my instruments down, making sure everything's nice and even, and then I take out my stringer. I personally keep mine under my pan. Some people put theirs in their pan. Some people take them completely off the field. I prefer to keep my stringer, that way I can restring them at the end of the case after I've soaked them in some water, or at the very least spray them with the enzymatic spray. Now you see me selecting a few instruments that I am going to put onto my Mayo stand. I'm checking the scissors to see what type of scissors they are, just to confirm, because sometimes tenotomies and the iris scissors can look pretty similar. The next thing you see me grab are the baby penetrating towel clips, and I am using these just to create a secure border at the end of my instrument roll so the instruments don't tip over and fall off. Next, I start organizing my retractors. Then I grab the bag full of forceps and smaller retractors and open the mini sharps pan for the sens and single and double tooth retractors. Just like everything else, I am now selecting the forceps that I will need to put on my Mayo stand for the case. That includes the Adsons with teeth, the short DeBakey's, maybe even an Adson's Brown. Now I'm beginning to transfer those instruments and making sure to lock the ratchets, closing the jaws, and placing them on the Mayo stand in the appropriate order. Next, you see me grab a couple sponges. Definitely want to have those around for incision. Next, I'm preparing my blades.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
Doing well, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Absolutely. Is there anything in particular you want up?
Just half percent bupivacaine,
Got that.
3-by-4 and a 4-a-month.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you.
Keep going.
And that, folks, basically concludes my setup. Next, my patient is coming in the door and we're getting ready to time out and get started.